Good evening, everyone. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, thank you for coming to the Midterm Showcase. My name's Dale.
I'm Lauren.
Yes, so we decided to put on this showcase for people for two reasons. We think that we're missing two things from our education: the chance to perform and the chance to connect with other people.
We thought it was kind of tragic. This flat block is filled with probably some of the most talented people in Glasgow that are our age. And we felt that it was a little bit tragic that you have nowhere to perform right now. Unless you're maybe in third or second year working on performances, there's nowhere for us to go. So we thought, why not take the space we have, making it into something useful, to give you a platform, to give you somewhere to express yourselves, other than just sitting in your flats looking at Zoom all day. It's very sad.
It's absolutely sad. And also, it's a chance for us to connect, to find out people who we're going to work with, who we can collab with. For me as a director, I really need to know who my actors are going to be, who my techies are going to be, who my musicians are going to be. And this is a chance for us all to get to know each other a little bit better and for you to show what talent you have. So we're really, really grateful for everyone who's offered to perform tonight, and we hope you really enjoy it. There may be some technical issues, there may be some hiccups, but we're going to go with it. And yeah, we hope you really enjoy it. So thank you, everyone who's here.
Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
First up is Connor, and he is a trad musician. Connor, whenever you are ready, there is absolutely no rush, but the stage is yours.
That should be good right there. Yeah. Can everyone hear me all right? Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm an American, so I want to thank everyone for being so welcoming to me. I live on a farm too, so all of this is overwhelming. Yeah, I'm really glad that we were able to do something like this. I can't resist to have some tunes whenever possible. So yeah, I'll be playing a set of 3 tunes. 2 of them I wrote, and then the last one is trad. So. Thank you.
But next up will be Amy Groves. She is second year modern ballet.
Tagadin nam tadiko takajana kukupataketa kupataketa tadin katakajana kotadin kartakatadin tangatadin tangatadina tangatakatadina tangatajana takadin nam tadiko takajana kukupataketa kupataketa tadin katakajana kotadin din tata ketatakadin din katakata tariketa tariketa takataka tariketa takata din tadari tadana takatak takatak jono tajuno tadimi dimi taktari kita takatak tajam takadimi tari kita takatari kita takatari kita takatari kita takata din takita 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 tatakuja takadena din katum katatakuja takadena din katum katatakuja takadena din kat takademi 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 takita 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 tom takita tom takita 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 takademi takita tom takita tom takita 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 takademi tariku 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 janaku genaku tom kubundari kadakadakadakadum dana dana takita 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 dikita takita takita dana dana takita 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 dikita takita takita nadana nadana takita 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 da nadana nadana takita 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 da nadana nadana takita 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 da tariku danaku 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 janaku genaku danaku janaku genaku danaku 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 janaku genaku tonku bandari kada 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 tom kada 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 tom kada 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 tom.
Once upon a time, you and all your kind lived underneath bridges, had ridges for ribs that dropped off into empty chests as if your hearts were all stolen treasures, as if an excavation crew were hired to dig up and remove the part of you that let you feel. And while the world above you invented the wheel, you stayed put, knowing it would one day need to roll over top of you to get to where it's going. You had an endlessly flowing supply line of food. You began to brood over humanity and made meals of our hope, as if crushing our spirits would make your mirrors cast better reflections than the ones they gave, as if the only way you could save yourselves was to make the world ugly so no one would notice you hiding in it. You learned to knit pain into a kind of camouflage, treated hope like a mirage that you could use to lure in your next meal. You lived off of our fears if you could taste what we feel. And every night, as the moon read bedtime stories to sunlight, you took darkness as an invite to head out into the world. You curled your hands into wrecking balls. Your breath became squalls. You made rocks rumble. You made land shiver. You made boys and girls pray that someone would deliver them from you. We told them, you aren't real. And then one day, the world changed. But you all stayed the same. just migrated from living underneath bridges to living underneath information superhighways. Days and nights became meaningless. Each already deepened chest became an abyss that no one would ever find the bottom of. Concepts like love fell into your gravity. We turned ourselves into life preservers, hoping to save as many as we could. But the fathers who stood guarding closet doors and the mothers who secured the floors underneath beds all shook their heads, not knowing how to deal with you. You, who crept into our lives with tongues like knives, stabbing your words into our skin. You began uploading yourselves into our homes. You had computer screens for eyes and software for bones. You turned your hate into stones and hurled them at beauty as if you couldn't bear to see anything other than ugly, anything different. You had fingernails like flint and scraped them along decency, hoping we would be the ones to all catch fire. You all had smiles like one-way barbed wire, not meant to keep us out, meant to keep us in. Voice like a firing pin, you spoke in explosions. It isn't cute. It isn't funny. You've talked strangers into death and laughed. And as each family learns to graft skin over the wounds you gave them, you hem yourselves into the scar. You have coaxed the sober back into bars, handed out cigars at memorials, offered nooses, cliffs, and pills to those who unfortunately found you before they found help. You have praised suffering, waltzed in between tragedies, gracefully dipping misery as if we would somehow be impressed with the dexterity of your animosity. You have cheered on rape, dashed through police tape as if it were the finish line in a race of who can be awful first. Even now, you somehow see this as an invitation to turn your keyboards into catapults, wondering which one of you can be the first to hate this best. Your loathing, already dressed in riot gear, ready to incite rage, as if each message board is a stage where you recite hostility, turning freedom of speech into freedom of cruelty. We are stuck with you, the same way you are stuck with you. Your mind is glue and it keeps malice fastened there like cheap wallpaper. We were once upon a time told that none of you exist. We dismissed you as make-believe or myth. Now, armed only with resolve, we can no longer afford to tell ourselves that you aren't real. We will not let you make your dinners out of the things we feel.
So next up is Kate, and she is from CPP, and she's going to do some spoken word for us.
Hello. Okay, I can't see anyone. These are 3 poems that I wrote during the worst times of lockdown. And in my head, I was like, I'll share these in a while when things have calmed down, but that's never gonna happen. So fuck it, do it now. This is going to us, yes, shit. The first 2 were written as part of a project called Escape Roll. If anyone doesn't know that, basically poets all across the world, I guess, write a poem every single day in April based on a prompt, which was really difficult to do. That's gonna pop, Dale. Is that? Okay. Which is really difficult to do when you don't leave your house. But I managed to find 2 that weren't utter shite. So the first one is from day 15, and the prompt was euphoria. I want to see the sun shine on Barry Island again. I want to know the world's going to be all right. I want to hear jazz in the streets. I want to see the little light. At the end of the tunnel, streaming through the clouds, or a rainbow saying it'll all be okay. I want to sing loud like a lion again. I want to stop counting yesterdays. I want to go to that park in the dark and stargaze with you. I want grass stains on my very best dress. I want to cry with the night sky holding me, the lot of us looking like a drunk and sober mess. I want to feel the trains rumble beneath my feet. I want to sit behind that sound desk that is always almost broken. I want someone else to make me a cup of tea. I want you to see the sun shine on Barry Island again. Thank you. So this next one is from day 4. The prompt was earthly pleasures. It's a really short one, but it's just a lovely memory I had, so I wanted to share it. Dancing in the kitchen, with your voice kind of broken, a can of cream soda, and the clouds are coming over. Your jumper's getting frayed, but you're glad that you stayed, as golden light starts to seep in. Thank you. This last one, I didn't write as part of the Escape Room project, but I did write in lockdown. Some of my classmates will be sick of it because my teacher made me do it about like 3 times. But hey, it's good. It's essentially about, I think in lockdown, a lot of us suddenly realized the last time we saw people, when we saw them, we didn't realize it was the last time. And all of a sudden you realize you don't actually remember them. And it was a process for me of learning to just let go and allow myself to forget people. Honestly, I can't remember your hands or recollect the way that you spoke. Sometimes I can see the clench of your teeth or your face when you played piano. I cannot rejoice in the waves of your voice, its dynamic tempo or tone. I haven't seen you in a while, so why not stop by? But not then, I'm busy, you know? How it is when we stop being just kids, 365 captured in a blink, in a wink of an eyelash, in a fingertip flash, flat cherry cola all poured down the sink. Crushed up old cans and rusted broken fans and bare copper wires on show. No glitter, no gold, it's time to fold. Our lucky machine has broke. Somewhere you're there, in the same empty air as me, but these arms cannot reach. To the place where you walk, I don't know if we'll talk again. This is my leaden speech. Falling silky from lips, like treacle it drips, black as the moon's crescents. How bold, bittersweet, this murmured heartbeat that patters into gentle silence. Thank you.
Next up, we have Hannah and Sky, and they are doing, and I quote, a song, a dance, and a comedy spectacular. So please enjoy whatever that may be.
Just moved in to base prestige. I can't wait to meet my roommates. RCS, the place to be. You could say it was my fate. Smoking's banned and parties too. And keep your social distance. A window seat with a garbage view. A perfect room to do my Zoom. Old Sharky's being snarky when I hear. Say it isn't so, not the flat below.
from the fiddle prodigy in 003. But what is even more distracting is you said you studied acting. First week in 103, I want to drown my flatmates.
I go to Pret to get some peas, but the queue makes me so late.
8:30, not a peep, except for my tick-tocking.
Now I lay me down to sleep, a lumpy bed to rest my head, a stretch, a yawn, I'm almost gone when...
A 5, 6, 7, 8!
When the flat upstairs wakes me unawares from the midnight dancing queens into 03. This is what they think they're doing, this is what they're actually doing.
Now I'm not one to raise my voice,
Make a fuss or speak my mind, but
might I query?
would you mind if, could you kindly stop?
That felt good.
Stop!
All day and night we're doing. Stop, dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Now I've had my fill of peace and quiet. Shout out loud, I've changed my diet. Oh, because of bass
Hi. We have one more act for you. This is going to be George and Sam, and they are fiddle and guitar player. Whenever you are ready, guys, you can take to the stage. Thank you.
Do you want to do an introduction, like tell everyone who we are? Start speaking.
Aye, how's it going tonight?
My name is Resident Smoker, and that's George.
Yeah, we're probably the two biggest smokers in the bass, which is a bit of a problem.
It's quite
but,
sad when you think about it, really,
yeah,
that's our defining attributes. But believe it or not, we do study here. We're not very good, but hopefully you can find some entertainment in that. So hopefully you enjoy. Does anyone here like George Gershwin? Raise your hand if you like George Gershwin. Yeah. My God, you people are weird. Anyway, so we're going to play Lady Be Good, and then we're going to play a Georgia tune.
George is Real, which is a tune wrote by my dad for my first birthday. So it's a bit of a jazz trad mix. Oh, might I say, big round of applause to everyone else that performed tonight. You're all excellent.
You're all wonderful. You're all absolutely amazing to watch. I think, you know, there's just so much talent going on. I think it's absolutely amazing. Really, no, fucking amazing. I mean, bloody amazing. Sorry, RCS. Right.
I'll just give you the shot.
You good? Oh, shit. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're all lovely people.
Yeah. Cheers to Dale and Lauren for organising this event.
Absolutely.
Brilliant job.
Give them the biggest round of applause you ever given anyone in your lives, you know. They're amazing. Sorry, I always sound sarcastic. I'm not being like that. I genuinely mean that. They are amazing people. They've done a great one for all of us, so big up. Cheers.
Okay, so first of all, we'd like to just give a big thank you to everyone who signed up and actually showed up, you know, through signing up and appearing. That's great. The performances tonight were amazing, but we'd also like to say a big thank you to Hannah Bass for allowing this event to go forward. Shout out to Anne, our show security for the night. And another really, really big thank you to my fellow course mates on PTM. Big shout out to Gabor, Ra, and Ewan, and especially Gabor's car for getting all of this stuff here and set up perfectly. We wouldn't have been able to do this without you, and I'm very grateful. Love you guys.
But thank you, everyone, for coming out in the cold. Thank you to everyone who's watched from your windows. I hope you've had a fantastic time. And please be safe and have a good weekend. Thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.